Look, I mean,
hello and welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome.
It's a safe space here, everybody. I think
that is the most depressing welcome I've ever heard.
God, because it's not. What do you say? Like welcome when you're like just devastated. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your support during this difficult time.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yes.
Yep. Welcome back to Red, White and Black Chat. Thank you for your support during this difficult time. Welcome back, Soz.
Hi, how are we?
Next question. Kat, how are you? Welcome back.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
How's the footy going?
Yeah.
My footy?
Your footy.
Yeah, so round one we dominated.
Yes.
We won 57-3.
Oh.
But then last week, I don't want to say it's because I didn't play, but I mean, if you look
It's
at the
common
factors,
denominator.
yeah, it was 97-7.
Yes.
Wow.
So clearly missing their Maxi King.
Well, I mean,
no, I'm joking. Love the girls. Apparently we fought really hard and they're a good side. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you are the common denominator, so you can take that away.
There we go.
Just said, Soz, how are we? How the hell are we?
We've seen better days. As a Saints fan, seen better days.
Have we ever?
Last week I made a terrible vibrator joke. The vibrator's dead and it's in the bin. There is no joy anymore. There is nothing good.
You've run out of batteries.
In life.
That's dead.
Run out of batteries, no charger, it's gone.
Yeah, it's gone.
Yeah. Oh.
Time to order a new one.
Okay. I think it's probably best that we just jump straight into the review
we're
of
gonna
this
have
match
to.
because then it's like a Band-Aid, like in the Sad Saintered podcast last week, just rip it off and move on. So the note that I made when I was at the match and I was like, review notes, my first thing I said, ugh. Oh, yeah. I mean, like it's the biggest loss I can remember in recent memory.
Yeah, I think I read it's the biggest loss under Ross that we've had.
That right.
Spit and rhymes over here.
Thank you. Biggest loss under Ross.
This time around, I'm assuming,
So we've usually kept them under 36.
Okay, that's interesting.
Not this time. Times have changed.
That was
up
then,
until
and
pre-Thursday. Yeah.
That was then.
Ross was killing it.
And that was then, and this has thrown out his average a little bit. Like you were both there?
Yes.
Yeah.
You too?
Yes, absolutely I was. Yeah, which, I don't know, like on the drive in, I was so pumped. Like my wife and I were driving in, I was saying to Kat, like, got a babysitter, driving in, like.
Could be a fun date
almost
night.
like, yeah, well, kind of, like, date night's sort of hard to find with a, 5-month-old. Driving in being like, it's fun, it's nice.
It's a Thursday night.
Yeah, a bit different,
Bit of a treat.
Thursday night at the Docklands, date night. No, but like driving in, first home game back at Marvel, seeing Marvel like a little bit revamped, which is a bit exciting. Like, some nice like new little bits. Anyway, driving in, feeling excited, feeling optimistic. My God, it just there wasn't even a hint of it.
No.
Like not even, first quarter going, oh yeah, okay, blown out of the water from the get-go.
Yeah.
Again.
I was thinking first quarter, I was like, oh, right, this is us now. We just lose. We lose the first quarter. Everything's going to, we kicked a goal. That's something.
I had this really dumb thought at one point. It's like where a St Kilda supporter's mind goes. I'm like, maybe the strategy is to do nothing in the first quarter.
And wear them out.
Yeah. Or to see what they're going with so then at quarter time they can just flip the switch and be like, yeah, we're going to beat you at your own game.
Yeah, I don't think that was the game plan.
No, that wasn't it. Yeah, that wasn't it.
Speaking of game plan, did we have one? Like, seriously?
But serious question.
Yes.
Serious question.
No.
Thinking back,
No.
I don't remember.
What was it?
It was Hill gets the ball. I think it was like Amber said last week, Hill gets the ball and then there's no one.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also took notes throughout the game. I said to my sister and D, shout out to D who does the TikToks for Saintered Love.
Good on you, D.
Go D. I sat with them both and I said, guys, like I'm so excited. Like I'm going to write my notes. I'm going to have like content to talk about. I wrote one bullet point. Seb, good, goal assist, Josh Battle style. Finished it there.
That's it.
Because he did a little like dusty fend off, and I think he went past like 3 Doggies players, and I was like, we're on.
Was that the first goal, or was this just another?
I think we missed. I kind of honestly, it's all a big blur. But I
don't think we got our second goal for a while.
No.
Yeah. So it must have been the first. But yeah, his goal assist was like unreal, and I was like, all right, sweet. Literally, no more positives after that.
No.
If I had my time again, my second bullet point would have been Garcia, good.
Yeah.
That's it.
And he got to start, good old Garcia.
Yeah, I know.
Garcia.
Yeah.
And my points were all bring out Butler. Is it time for Butler? Where's Butler?
And now
he's done his hamstring.
He's done his hammy, yeah.
I mean, small gameplay highlight. You made it on the big screen, Soz.
Yes.
Hammer was having a shot.
He took the mark right near me, and you could see him trying to pass it on. I'm like right next to him, like, kick it. Kick the goal. You got this. Kick the goal. He's coming closer. I'm like, kick it. And then just out on the full.
Yeah, classic. Thanks for that, Soz.
Good coaching from the sidelines.
Yeah, thanks. I did like Amber last week. Coach, doctor, the whole lot. Yeah.
I stood up.
Goal kicking. Well done. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
It was
Probably
on brand.
more of a coach than all the big boys in the box, honestly.
Bloody hell. I think, like, you're right. What do you say about the game plan? I don't know, maybe it's a St Kilda supporter thing that I'm okay to lose if we lose valiantly. Yep. If you can see what we're doing, if you can see what we're looking for, if it's close, if it's hard fought, I honestly can take it.
Yes.
I love just the film.
I know.
But
for those listening, Sorrel is currently, what glass is that? Third or fourth Moscato?
We're halfway through a bottle of Moscato.
Halfway through a bottle of Moscato. We're 2 minutes into the potty.
Yeah, but,
it's just a summary. Like, we need it. Yeah, that's it. That's it. No judgment whatsoever.
No,
but,
I mean, I'm jealous, to be honest. But, like, on Thursday night, there was nothing there was almost very, like, there's very little that was redeeming about it. I just came away with a really sour taste in my mouth. And just a couple of things that I noted down after the match. When I got home, I was like, fired up the old AFL app. I was like, I want to look at some stats. And I made notes of these, which made me go, red alert, red alert. The first one was something that I saw at halftime, which was, I think, to halftime, and I'm happy to be fact-checked on this. At halftime, I think it was like our backline had only had made 5 tackles.
I think overall I looked. Wilkie only got 1 tackle.
Yep.
Battle only got 1 tackle.
Stocker had 0.
Stocker had 0, and there was another one who only got. No, or was it Cordy?
Cordy, sorry,
Cordy,
you're right.
Cordy,
Yeah.
Your defenders aren't
You guys stole my Cat Goes Wack segment.
Look, we'll come back. We might save that for Cat Goes Wack. So, look, I'll move on. So we'll save it for Cat Goes Wack, right? For the match, they're only, and this absolutely, you could have knocked me over with a feather. There's a differential of 10 for inside 50s for the match. Like for a side that put us to the sword by 10 goals, and it should have been more. At one stage, in the early in the third, I think, our disposal efficiency was 50%, in the early 50s.
I'm surprised it was even that high.
Legit, right?
Didn't feel it, yeah.
But inside 50 kicking efficiency for the match, 45%. Now, I also, you could look at the free kick differential.
No excuse.
They were the ones making the play, so they're going to draw the free kicks. I didn't look at that. There was a bloke sitting near me that was like, oh, but the free kicks are free kicks. I'm like, nah, that does not tell the story. We weren't in the match.
Yeah.
But then also the centre clearances. I think I saw us win our first centre clearance in the third quarter. But that was just from a supporter, from at the match. I'm sure it was earlier than that. But my God, they murdered us out of the middle.
Really? Was Rowan not getting any of them?
It's not that he wasn't getting them. It's just Adam Treloar was allowed to do what he wanted at times.
And it worked.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm sure I'm wrong on that, but it felt like I saw one for the first time with my own eyes in the third quarter. So those are a couple that really those stats really stood out to me, just to be like, holy moly, that's uncompetitive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was also, I think it must have been after the first quarter, percentage-wise, the time in forward half, we were only down by 2%. So we were getting it into our forward line, but we weren't doing anything with it.
Yeah.
Like their back line, okay, I understand the Doggies have a bloody incredible list on paper. Like their midfield is like top tier, right? You can argue it's the best in the comp, right? But literally no excuse for being able, because that's the work of our midfielders, right? This is like basic Oz kick shit, which is just what infuriates me so much. We pushed up, our forwards were in the midfield. And then we were absolutely flooding the midfield. Hence the sissy little handballs that got us absolutely nowhere.
Yeah.
And then we would bomb it to space and there was no one there.
Yeah.
There was no one to kick goals. This is why I go back to like the game plan. There was none. And actually on that note, while I'm going on my own little solo tangent, we saw, like I could see, and I'm no coach or anything like that, they would switch it every single time there was a turnover in our forward line. Every single time they'd play the switch. Do you think any of them were manned up?
No. Predictable.
It was, but they would kick, and their skills are obviously much better than ours, so they were confident in their kicking. But again, no, like they're not manning up.
Yeah.
And then from those turnovers, they would score every time.
Yeah.
So you're sitting there and you're looking at it with, just 3 girls loving their footy, and we could tell that they're going to switch it.
Yep.
They're going to play the switch. They're not going through the corridor. What on earth are we doing?
Well, it begs the question, doesn't it, if we see it sitting in the stands, and why isn't anything being done to negate it in the box?
And why aren't, like, this is their job. Like, why aren't they noticing this?
Yeah.
I needed to get that off my chest, sorry.
I'm glad you did. This is a safe space here. Yes.
I feel like we were, sorry. We would
distancing now. Them,
the players, me, the supporter, the boys. They would man up after the Bulldogs already had the ball. So they're like, oh, this guy's a ball. I'm going to run to him now. And then the ball's gone. Just move to the next guy.
We were flooding them.
They weren't
we were absolutely flooding them. But are we slow? Or are we mentally slow? Like
I don't know. It's a hard one, isn't it? It's almost like there was no reaction. It's like, no, we're playing a game.
You're right.
We're playing a game plan rather than playing the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I know Ross Lyon is renowned for having zone defense and that sort of stuff, but I hate that shit of watching a player guard grass. I hate it. It's like, get on a player.
Yeah. Yeah. But again, it's Oz kick shit. Like it's such basic one-on-one football that we weren't executing.
Yeah.
And the scoreboard said it all.
Yeah.
Like it's not good enough.
Well, I agree with that. And especially, look, and again, we'll be the first ones to put our hand up that, apart from you, Kat, who's dominating down for the knot, like I've never played high-level competitive footy like Soz.
I did it in primary school.
Well, that's high level. That's high level. So, look, I'm never going to really come down too hard on, actual skills for the players because I haven't been there.
You're nicer than me.
But, in public I wouldn't. But, my God, when, like, Higgins is missing the kicks that he's missing, and that sort of stuff, I'm like, come on now. 30 metres out, for goodness sake, kick the goal.
Yeah.
He'll be on for one game and then off for the next 2 or 3. And
such a tease, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just like, if you think about the sides, the really good sides that have, proven themselves so far this season, GWS, Carlton, arguably even, Brisbane with an asterisk, they are accurate in front of goal and do not waste it. No, I'll remove Brisbane out of that.
I was going to say.
No, I'm just going to say no. I'm going to go with Carlton and GWS. I know it pains me to say it. Accurate in front of goal.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
So,
and you know what? Even if we had Kingy in, no difference would have been made, which is like heartbreaking to say because obviously like we all love him.
Yeah.
We're all big Max King fans here, but
alarming.
If anything, I think we would have played worse. because we would have bombed it to him.
Yes.
A lot of pressure would have been on him.
Yes.
Their backline clearly dominated us, and Maxi would have had 3 on him, and we would have had 3 spare players, but we wouldn't be able to get it to them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
And we have a lot of guys that can kick, but we always choose the bomb.
yeah,
Yes.
always.
Bomb to the awkward angle, just every time.
Yeah.
Just
And I think that's what Hilly does so well, is he constantly lowers his eyes.
Yes.
And I know he's been copping a lot of hate for his turnovers, especially last week. Not the doggies game, the GWS game, how he did have a lot of turnovers, but he lowers his eyes.
Yes.
And 8 times out of 10 it works. And, you know, he's an experienced player. Like, the young boys need to be learning from him.
Yes.
But also on that note, where were the experienced players? Where was their leadership?
Well,
And where were they hyping up the young kids who we do have, who have so much potential? Where was their leadership on the field?
well, that's the question, isn't it? I mean, our standouts for the night, I think, Hilly,
Yeah.
Windy, Deal.
Yeah.
You know, just in terms of, yes, okay, possessions, but also just, as you say, the leadership. I mean, I cannot stand when we kick directly to the opposition,
Yeah.
but I would much rather, like you say, a player lower their eyes and try and hit up a kick. I'd much rather try and hit someone in the centre of the ground,
Yeah.
through the corridor, to try and enter into the forward line in some sort of meaningful system rather than this vomit
Yeah.
rubbish.
I know you said steal, but if you look at his disposals, over 60% of them were handballs.
Yeah.
I know he racked up 26 or something, but like
It's like,
he panicked. We all panicked.
Yeah.
Like, you are our captain. What are you doing? What are you doing, Steely? What are you doing?
when it's time to kick, there's just no one because they don't make a move.
Make
They don't open up.
space.
There's no leads.
Yeah.
There's no leads ever. But again, Oz kick. Like, use your voice, make a lead, say, I'm here,
run
I'm
into
here.
space.
Run into space and point. You all got 10 fingers. Use one of them to point to where there's space. It's
all we have
not
to do, man
hard.
up and open up.
Yeah, it's not.
but this is it. Like, back yourself in a one-on-one contest.
Yeah, that's
like,
it. Yeah.
yeah, it's bizarre, really, isn't
Yeah.
it? So
Be better.
be better.
Be
that's,
better.
That's the wrap up.
I watched the West Coast game and I was like, wow, they have a better game structure than us.
Oh, God.
Like,
That's grim.
If they finish above us, and I won't be surprised if we keep going
this
they
rate
got
like
an
this.
equal amount of wins as West Coast.
It's just, but that speaks volumes
Pass
within
that
itself.
Moscato over.
Guys, we made finals last year.
Oh gosh, but this is the thing, right? So even I watched the GWS Carlton match on Saturday, whenever it was.
Yeah, good game.
High quality game. Watching it, just watching the way in which both of those sides, that big arm wrestle, I'm like, we are so far off the mark.
Yeah, we are.
We are so far away from that game style, and it's so sad.
And I think it hurts that little bit more because obviously being Saints fans, we hold on to optimism for so long, and a 10-goal loss, I think, has kind of all brought us back down to the reality.
Yeah.
And it hurts. I can't remember the last time I felt so sad after a game.
Or just deflated, hey.
Yeah.
Like, where to from here sort of thing.
Yeah, well, it sucks.
And, like,
it sucks to think
the players
about.
don't even have the sparkle. Like,
No.
I've
No.
seen losses and you just still see something which you're like, oh, there's something there this week. I'm like, where is it?
Yeah, no, it wasn't there this week in a big time.
Do you guys think that Sinclair is carrying an injury?
Without a doubt, 110%.
He is so off.
He's
Isn't he?
He's not his AA self.
No. I think like calves are notoriously difficult to recover from.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think he's still sore. It's like Steely last year, who was carrying around injuries. Yeah, he doesn't look himself, does he?
Yeah, and he's been our best player for the last couple of years. And then this year you see him and he seems different.
He's not himself, is he?
Yeah, he
and then,
does.
of course, we alluded to it before that Butler's done his hammy and is now going to be out for however long.
Another one.
I think 4 to 8.
Yeah.
Something like that.
6 weeks, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, dear. Look, okay, I think, Kat, it's your time to go whack, okay?
All right.
Kat goes whack, and I reckon then we just try and bury last week's match and we try to look forward.
Okay.
All right, let's hear it.
All right, so this is going to be the first of many.
We need a sound effect. Cat goes whack.
This is a spinning Arrow.
Oh,
So I actually have two, okay, coming in hot. So the first one, which we spoke about briefly before, was our back line. If I had time to go through every single player, I would. But I want to focus on Stocker. My cat goes Wack. No tackles is not good enough.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I think he is probably one of the coolest players we have in the club. If you guys have seen his outfits, it's just he's so cool. Like he's so cool. He's so well spoken. I'm sure he's a beautiful guy, but oh my God, watching him like amongst the rest of our backline was absolutely infuriating. It is your job to apply pressure.
Yes.
It is your job to lay tackles, and it is your job to man up.
Yeah.
So with the inclusion of my boy Dukes, does he get a spell?
Hunter Clark is due, I think, soon.
Also Clark.
I think those two, Hunter and Stock, they do a bit of a switcheroo.
Yeah, true.
So.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it says sends a message, doesn't it?
Yeah.
If you drop him, because he's otherwise, I think, been in pretty good form. But you can't stand for that.
No.
For how long the ball was down there last week to have no tackles.
No tackles. It's not good enough.
I agree with that.
So my second cat goes Wack point is were we out of the game before we even played? So I listened to an interview by Cuddly Ross, must have been SEN, and he was saying, oh, yep, feeling a bit nervous. He wouldn't have used the terms nervous, but he was essentially saying, I'm not confident, right? And he was like, the Doggies on paper, they've got an elite midfield. If you look at our stats, we are quite similar, but he didn't sugarcoat that it was going to be a hard game. Did he tick that off in his mind as a loss? And was his pressure as a coach not good enough? And, obviously it was a domino effect on the players, but if Ross himself had written us off in his mind, then that would have transpired through to the players. I listened to that interview and I was like, I'm going in full of hope. Like we lost to GWS by a point last week, Ross. Like I understand that their midfield is elite, but ours has the potential to be as well. So that is my second cat goes Wack. I'm blaming it down to the coaching staff.
And Liam Stock.
That's
Stock.
massive on debut. You've gone for Liam Stocker as like the entree, then you're going to the top.
Stock. I love Stock. It was just last week, okay? I love Stock. I normally love him.
It's okay. I think no one's going to take cat goes Wack personally, okay?
But my God, it was just last week where I was watching his game and I'm like, what are you doing, my love? What are you doing?
Oh, it's a strong debut for Cat
Thank
Goes
you.
Wack. I love it.
Need a deep breath after
No, that's fair enough.
that.
Do you know what? Take a deep breath. We'll take a moment and then we'll come back with another debutante.
Yeah.
Red, white and black male.
Yes.
Yeah. Excited.
Woo!
Dun, dun, dun.
Sweet. Let's do it. Okay. So, another exciting new development for Red, White and Black Chat. Red, White and Black Mail. Very good.
Yes.
We encourage everyone to have a look out on our socials for Red, White and Black Mail. Send us in your questions, your comments, your queries so that we can chew the fat and see what you guys think.
Yep. Send DMs to Saintered Love. I will read them.
And laugh. And
laugh.
compile them.
Yes, and compile them.
And bring them.
Also, dating applications.
And dating applications.
Yeah, that's
too,
right.
yes.
All in one. Just send them all through.
Send them
Sainted
all through.
Love at Sainted Love. TERED love. All right.
Okay.
So let's do this with it.
We have 6 questions to get through.
Fantastic.
We'll start with this one. Hugh McCluggage, Bailey Smith, Luke Davies, Unicky. Who would we take?
Unicky.
What's his name?
Uniac.
Unicky. I'm not great at names.
Unicky.
I'll take LDU.
Yep.
Yeah. Heartbeat.
I think, we're missing a lot, but I think a real bull in the midfield is just has to be what we go
Can we
after.
take Bailey as well? Because I feel like he'll bring something.
Yeah, look.
Can we bring all
both.
3?
Apparently we've got a war chest. Apparently every club has a war chest. LDU by a mile.
Yeah.
Yep.
What do you reckon?
Who comes out for LDU?
Oh, there's so many.
Could I just say something really controversial? Because he's been such a good servant of the club for so long. They're Bros.
No,
We were tooting his horn 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, we said we're signing him for life.
Yeah, I know. I need to listen back to the tape. No,
Maybe by the time we sign
pump him up,
LDU, then time for retirement. I don't know.
I'm just thinking about the future.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That's what we have to focus on.
Love you, Sebras, but LDU.
We love Seb.
Oh, we can. Oh, this is so mean. Ryan Burns, he can.
Oh, Boo Earns.
Smithies, are they booing me?
No, they're saying Boo Earns. Boo Earns.
No. Oh. No. The burn book.
He can play for the Sandy Zebs.
Okay.
I will cheer him on there.
Fair. Welcome, LDU. Yep.
That's my one mean take. Sorry.
Fair enough.
Sorry, Burnsy.
Wow.
How is the list lacking so much star talent, even though we've been terrible for so long? Kat, that one's for you.
I refuse to answer this because I know who sent it through. Look, that's coming from a Collingwood supporter, so we'll skip through that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the answer is shut up.
Sinclair is a star, just not this year. Anyways.
Fair.
Best St Kilda player Pokemon evolution. Saw this on the footy with Broden and Kelly.
That's yours. Take it away.
You've got a good one.
Yeah, I practiced this one because I have been reading the questions. So basically it's the Pokemon. It's not by skill or anything. It's by hair and by height.
Hair and by height.
So you start with a small one. So you'll have your Dan Butler. Then you go to your next. There's a child at the window.
Hello. Can you say go Saints?
Save yourself. Don't say it.
So start with Dan Butler and then we evolutionize. What's the word?
Evolve.
You go to your Mason Wood.
I love evolutionize, so that's better.
You go to your Mason Wood. He's the middle one. He's your Charizard.
It's Charizard!
Sad Saint has given us.
The boys are shaking their head in the background, being like, what on earth?
He's your Bulbasaur, I guess.
No, it's Charizard, isn't it? Yeah. Right?
And then I think
this
all of
is
our
not
IQs,
a Pokemon podcast.
All of our IQs have dropped collectively.
And
after
then you
Thursday.
fully evolve to Mace. Oh, you fully evolve to Dougal Howard, who is the big flamey dragon.
Whose name is?
It's Charizard!
Char. I don't know.
See ya.
The Sad Saint has walked
She's
away.
had enough.
Charmander, Charizard. I don't know.
Chamillionaire.
No, isn't that the little guy?
Doogie is my child millionaire.
There's a third one. Which is the third level of
Char.
It's Charizard!
Anyway,
it's all
go
over my
again.
head. Okay.
Go again. Dan Butler evolves into Mason Wood
to Dougal Howard.
Nice.
Nice.
See, I was thinking more like, do you remember those Animorphs books? Do you remember them at school?
Yes.
No, and how like you'd had like a person and then they'd evolve into like a fish?
I just remember
Anyway,
like a fuzzy bear or something.
let's move on from that.
We've
Tune in-
actually lost the plot.
In fairness, this is on the club because if they'd played better, we would have talked about better shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you guys have a Pokemon evolution?
Pikachu?
No.
Well, you have to go with the players. Don't worry about the Pokemon. That's
An evolution.
you have to start with a small. Okay, who's small?
Higgins.
Yep, and then so he's got brown hair.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Who's a step higher than Higgins?
Milne.
Wow, going back in time.
Well, I mean, like who else?
I meant to go current players, but anyways,
Oh,
yeah, we
okay.
can go Milne.
Okay, fine. That's fine. I'll go current. Higgins. Oh, see, I almost want to go like Wilson, Higgins, Caminiti? I don't know Pokemon.
That order seems whack.
I don't know.
Caminiti's like a giant and he's kind of Italian.
Who sent in this question?
Who's asking the girls Pokemon evolution?
For the love of God, so I was asked the next one.
Next week, do you think the boys can bounce back against the Port? I'm backing the,
The Port.
Yes.
the Port pair.
The Port.
Yes.
I'm backing the boys in.
You know, it almost wouldn't surprise me if we come out and play out of
That's
our
exactly
skins.
what I was going to say. We always win the games that we're expected not to. We love to be an underdog.
Yeah.
And
like to get on the road too. We like to travel and beat together. Yeah. I think
Ross says otherwise.
Yeah. Really?
I say otherwise.
A fan.
Yeah.
No, like I always rate, well, sorry, not always. In recent times, I've backed our performance in on the road, so.
We haven't won in Adelaide Oval. I don't remember the last time.
It was in lockdown.
Yeah.
I remember, I want to say 2020 when we beat Port. We beat Port and Adelaide in about 2 weeks of each other.
That was so cool.
Remember when Dukes slotted that goal from 55?
I was just about to say that.
Yeah.
Those were the shortened quarters, weren't
I think that's when I fell in love.
I think I was going to say I beat you to a Dukes reference. Yes. Don't know.
Was it Port was top of the ladder and we were just
Bang.
cruising down there?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
And a little
higher than what we are now.
Gold Coast hub.
All right, so maybe we can.
Like this is it, right? I actually, in a lot of ways, I'm like it's a blank canvas because I don't know what the hell last week was. So I'm actually coming in with like
reset.
no expectations at all.
Yeah.
Next question. This one's mean. What does Mateus actually do with all due respect?
Can I just thank you for that question. Thank you for the person who sent that question. Mateus is 19 years old.
Yeah.
Mateus was I want to say 3 days. It's something like 3 days off being ineligible for the draft crop he was with. It should have been with the next year's crop. He's young. He is skinny. I actually like what Ross is doing with him because he's not giving him a baptism of fire when it's time to play in the midfield.
Mm-hmm.
He's giving him the experience that he's going to need in 3 or 4 years' time.
Yeah.
That's just my take. I think he is going to be an elite player in years
He's
to
just
come.
getting experience. See, there's the signing things and everyone's like, oh, he doesn't do anything. Or there's people like, oh, he's so great. I haven't seen the greatness, but I still want him on the team. He can be great, but right now I just haven't seen it.
Yeah. Yep, that's fair.
Well, he obviously has potential. I'm with you. I don't think we have seen the greatness. I think when he first debuted, we did.
Yes.
But I feel like it's with all these youngsters coming up, they almost feel like they have a point to prove because on one hand, you can say we have a lot of depth in our list, but on the other hand, you can look at it and say there's none, right? But I think when he first came into the side, he did have a lot, he did show what he could do, but is it a mental thing? Is it a team thing? I don't know, but I'm with you. I haven't seen the greatness yet.
We're not playing like we were playing last year. I
That's
think of some of
also
those
true.
matches where I actually want to say it was against the Dogs last year where did he debut? Or it was one of his, early matches.
It'd been
he
absolutely
absolutely
3rd or 4th.
turned it on.
Yep.
I don't know. I think that is a hard whack on a young kid.
Yeah.
Personally.
We just have to give him more time. He's doing a centre half forward.
Yeah.
Which is a hard position.
Absolutely. And he's
19.
that's it. His body's still got to mature. All I'm saying is, and I know, look, he's been compared to Bontempelli since he debuted, but I'm just saying, go back and look at the early footage of Bontempelli is a rake. Watching him the other night, he's a
grown man.
He's built like a thoroughbred.
And then our last question is, what does Hunter Clark actually do? Feel like he's very unaware at times.
Is this from the same person?
It is from the same person.
Oh, okay. Because
is this Liam Stocker writing this in so he gets a game? Don't select him.
I really like Clark. I think he's got one of the best set of hands that we have to offer.
No doubt.
His contested marking is phenomenal. He's quick.
Tough one with injury too.
Yeah. I think he's quick. I think he's good at his ground ball gets.
Yep.
I think he's one of those players who we can count on always first to the ball.
I agree with that.
And he hardly turns it over. I reckon he's I rate him. I rate him really highly.
Yeah.
That's a first positive thing I've said all body. I love Clark.
I didn't rate him last year.
Really?
He wasn't physically there. He wasn't looking fit.
Gobsmacked at that.
No, he was looking a little bit chubby, and I'm like, oh, Hunter.
A little bit chubby.
I did say that a few times. I'm like, you need to go for a run, Hunter. I'm sure he's been injured.
Love him.
Footballers, they have a certain muscular. He just had Skinny arms and a gut. Like, it's fine.
Yeah.
Same, except without
Patchy
the skinny
Clark.
arms. Oh,
He's still a good player. Maybe this year. We'll see.
well, there you go, Hunter. Go for a under and press sods, and then you get a match.
You can come back to be my favourite player.
So you can get a game.
He was my favourite. And then Tito.
And then Cheetos was made the scarf.
Yeah,
You've been
Very good.
replaced, Clark.
You know Tito has the abs. We've all seen the pictures.
We've seen the Red Rooster ad.
Yeah.
What about, did you see that footage during the week of Windy with his bum out?
With,
the
I
roof?
know, poor boy.
Doing.
My God.
I love that.
I was like, doing.
I know.
Had his
Anyhow.
stomach out and then he turned around and pants are down.
I know. I was actually thinking, like, how did he even get his jocks like sitting like that? I was like so confused.
He's got a little peach bum.
Yeah.
Must
It's
have a
like
little
we get
shelf.
it. You've got the V line, you're showing it off, and then it turned around. It's like
Good for
us
him.
on film.
Good for him, if you got it flaunted,
Yeah,
as I say.
that's it.
All right. Look, we're feeling a bit happier, I reckon.
Yep.
Like I feel,
Yeah, I got a lot off my chest.
yeah, it's good. I'm glad. It's a safe space. And again, we're supporting each other through
That's
a difficult
it.
time. This week, this is a funny week of footy, isn't it? It's one of those ones that just goes on and on because the first round of match of the round is Wednesday night, given that it's Anzac round.
Oh, yeah.
Which is I go to every Anzac Day at the G, family of Collingwood supporters. It is such an epic round of footy,
Yeah.
and I think it's such a good reverence for the Anzacs. We play on Friday night.
Yes.
Yeah.
We
Yes.
play in Adelaide, so great to have back to back. I suppose top billing, whether it be on Thursday or the Friday. That's great for the club.
Is it?
I think it's great to have the exposure of Thursday or Friday night footy.
I'm starting to miss my Sunday afternoon
That's exactly
session.
no.
Give me a Sunday 4:40.
You
Yeah.
are joking me.
I miss
Swear.
it.
Give me a
Just-
Sunday 4:40. We clearly don't do well in prime time. Do we do well ever? Give us
Sunday-
a Sunday 4:40. Yeah,
Sunday
I miss
4:40 as a time
Yeah.
slot needs to burn in hell.
No, I love
I
it.
just ends the weekend usually on a high.
Because
Give or take.
no one's watching. Wow,
Yeah.
that's okay.
Yeah, no, I
Interesting.
love a Sunday
No, I love
4:40.
Sunday too.
Well, Friday night footy this week.
Yep.
Obviously, you guys hate it. Whatever, that's fine. But I think we've got a few to come back in. I imagine to see a lot of movement at the selection table. Some of the names that could come in. Dow,
Yeah.
hold on to your seats, ladies.
It's Charizard!
Dukes,
Ooh, ooh.
Jack Hayes,
Also, big woo.
Yes.
Big woo. for
Mason
Hayes.
Wood. I think it'll be pushing soon, and then of course there's King
Henry.
getting there.
Yeah, a couple of weeks. But
Couple
yeah.
of weeks, and then you got kids like Collard.
Yeah.
There's a show.
Jimmy, 2
Jimmy
weeks.
getting
yeah.
there. Show and Maker getting there as well. So
Was
yeah,
Hunter?
Hunter I think is close
Yeah.
as well. It
Yeah.
might be a test this week.
Okay.
I would hope to see some movement at the selection table for anything. Okay, injury, but for anything else, a bloody statement to say we will not tolerate what we saw last week.
Yeah. And no excuses being like they're tired.
That was an
They're-
interesting one.
It's their job, babe.
Yeah.
It's their job. I'm
Yeah.
tired. I go to work every day.
Legit.
Yeah.
It's their job.
Yeah. No, that was an interesting call from
Yeah,
Ross, wasn't it?
agreed.
Did you hear that in the presser? What did you make of that?
I literally rolled my eyes.
Same.
I was like, yeah, I go to work every day. I'm exhausted every day.
Yeah.
But did they fly? Like they flew to those games. I drove, and I still went. I drove to both those games, and I still turned up on Thursday.
And
Take notes, Ross.
and flew
Take
back.
notes.
So it flew back from Canberra.
yes,
like-
a 1 hour flight, no excuse.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that. I think it's a big cop out,
Yeah.
big
huge.
time. And yeah, I
Huge.
think because the emotions were high, the nerves were raw. I was like, are you serious? Anyway,
Yeah, Yeah, sorry. We
Anyway.
backtracked. That was my bad.
Who do we think goes out? Who do we think potentially comes in?
Well, I was thinking, do we just play Dow? Does he need a run at Sandy? I don't know. I am such a Hayes fan.
Yes.
I'd love to see him back in.
Me too. I would like to see him come in for Caminiti. I think Caminiti needs a
Agreed.
rest.
Agreed.
Big time.
Yeah, agreed.
Yep. Also to give
who-
Rowe a chop out. Oh my God. That's
Very
to mention
true.
from who played well. My gosh,
Yeah.
Rowe's having a great year and he's battling so
I know.
hard.
I know.
Yeah.
And he
Yep.
just doesn't have the support around him.
No.
But he is doing well.
Yep.
Who else did we say, sorry?
So
Dukes. Who
How
comes
could you
out for
forget?
Dukes?
Cordy.
No.
That's a real, like, Cordy
Yeah.
Dukes Cordy.
I know.
Ooh.
But again, so Cordy up forward for a little bit. I don't know. No, I don't want to say bye to any of them. I don't know.
We can't cut Battles.
Yeah, I
No.
know. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's been
Playing too
yeah,
well.
he's been a ripper.
Yep.
And Wilkie.
Yeah, I would never cut
Wilkie,
Wilkie.
what are you doing?
Never. Would
Yeah,
But
come back.
But is that reflective of the team rather than Wilkie?
Or do we play tall and drop Stocker and keep Cords and Dukes?
Dukes is slow and Cordy's slow.
Yeah, but if we think
Yeah,
about
I
Port,
know.
like is
They're huge.
well, that's it. What's his name? Charlie.
Dixon.
Thank you.
Yeah, massive.
I think I just
Dukes does so well against him.
True. They used to play together.
Yeah.
But yeah, I sort of like think we need to go in big against
Yeah,
Port.
I agree.
They've got a big forward line. The other thing that I'm like approaching with trepidation is Port, I think, go close to having one of the best midfields in the competition between Butters and Rosie, Jason Horn-Francis.
Scary.
Just to name a few. Like, I mean, look, in fairness, they're coming off a big loss. I watched a bit of that match as well. They just stopped.
Yeah,
against the
they
Pies.
did. Yeah, I watched it too.
Yeah, they turned it on the first quarter and went bang, 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 and then just nothing.
It's the last thing that we want to go in being at the back of a loss like that as well.
Once again,
we both have a lot to prove.
Yep.
But their game was not as shocking as ours, but disappointing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a bit scary as well. And on their home turf.
Oh God, Adelaide Oval's a scary place to be as a non-Adelaide team. Soz, you going over?
I bought a ticket for the Hill.
Love that for you.
I really want to go. I'll
Go.
get into later. But
Yep.
I'm going to Japan in a few weeks.
So you could go to Adelaide and Japan. I mean, your life would
I
be
know
so
it's
full.
more the money. I'd rather I've
Spend
got to
in
buy
Japan.
sushi money.
Yeah, for sushi money. Fair enough. These are life struggles. You know, I
Yeah.
get it. I totally get it.
But I have my ticket for the Hill, so maybe I decide on Thursday.
maybe look,
Yeah. Drive
let's-
up.
Let's
Yeah.
see. You know, it is a day off on Thursday. You know, so-
Yeah.
Someone can buy me a plane ticket.
There you go.
That'd be nice.
But you'll be exhausted from the flight, like they were. Anyway. Look, what's the prediction for Friday night? Can I say my prediction is more competitive?
Yep.
I would be happy with that. I would be happy if we show up and show
quarters?
some effort. Yep, show some effort. Look, if we are within a margin of 2 goals either way, I'd be stoked.
Yeah, and
I'd be stoked.
That's a good call.
I cannot physically tolerate another 10 goal loss.
Yeah, fair.
Physically and mentally.
I was
actually
going to
think I
say,
will
if
throw
we
up.
lose by less than 100, I think I might be happy.
Oh, that's grim.
Look at what you've done to her, Saints.
That is so
we
grim.
are broken.
Yeah, I just sort of like, I would like to see us absolutely come out and dominate, you know, like contested ball. I want to see us tackle. I want to see pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, it's like I don't even want to quantify it with a score. That's what I want to see. Like that'll be my yardstick really to measure how we go. But yeah, I'm going to then from the 2 goals to the 100 point margin, I'm going to fall somewhere in not the middle at all, but just say I'm going to say if we're within 5.
A+ for effort is what you're going for.
Yeah, A+ for effort and within 5 goals.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we've all kind of written ourselves off then, haven't we?
Look,
to a certain extent. Like I know we said before that we're going to back the boys,
I
but
just don't know
I
what
think
to
in
expect.
reality, it's hard to, isn't it?
Yeah.
Don't know what to expect either.
No, so we wait and see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you go in with 0 expectations, you're guaranteed to,
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
I love that. All right, let's move on, hey? The ones that got away for this
Sure.
week.
Yep.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
listening to this last week,
Oh, I'm so glad that
girls.
you're
was
in for
unreal.
it. Yeah,
Unreal.
because, you know, the footy clubs are a revolving door, right?
Yeah.
Aren't they? And we've had a few come in and go out against 2. We've had a few come in and then go out over to WA, South Australia.
Port Adelaide.
I think I just had a stroke. The ones that got away, we've had players come to us and then leave to go to Port Adelaide.
But not many that way.
That's true. We've benefited from them, haven't we?
Yes. I think we've given them one player and was his name Daryl?
Yeah, Daryl Wakelin.
Yeah.
I loved the Wakelin brothers as a kid. Yeah, I really do. They used to both play down back.
And that's the only
You
one.
don't remember.
No,
'cause
I
you're a
don't.
child.
Neither do
Anyway.
I. I'm like, Daryl.
Anyway, for those who remember, Wakelin brothers, they were great. I want to say both of them played in our 97 grand final team. Anyway.
I was not born. Can I start?
Yes.
Yes. Let me guess.
Toogie Wiggy.
Tookie.
Toogie Wiggy.
There he is.
Best
There they are.
pickup ever. Can I just say?
That was in our mega draft season where I was like, what the hell is happening?
I
We've got
know.
Killy,
We got Ryder.
Dudes,
Yep.
Paddy Ryder.
Ryder
Yes.
too.
Oh gosh, he's a fantastic play. He's had a fantastic career. But my gosh, I love Paddy Ryder at
Yeah,
the Saints.
I know.
So
he was
good.
so good with Rowan.
Yeah, wasn't he?
We
he?
still miss that.
That
When
was
he-
2020, in the
Yeah.
hub,
Yeah.
making finals.
When he announced his retirement, so myself and all my girlfriends, we just all happened to go for Saints, right? Unreal.
So good.
We were at a bottomless. And can you imagine the vision of a bunch of white girls at a bottomless is just tragic within itself. And then we heard the news and we were literally sobbing at Flower Child.
Aw.
We just sat there crying.
Wow.
It's like someone had died.
People start shuffling their chairs, being like,
We're just in there.
oh, that's
Let's not get into that. This is
Yeah.
so depressing.
we love Paddy. Look, and then we've
miss
also
you.
had some absolute stalwarts of the club like Logan Austin.
Mm.
Look, no shade, Logan Austin. Wasn't Linet?
Yep.
Jared?
Yep.
Jared? Is that his
Yeah.
name?
Jared
Fellow
Lyon.
teacher.
Is that right?
He's also a teacher, yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah.
The teacher who obviously wasn't much of a footballer. But look, no.
Yeah, he was a quick one to forget, and I
Yeah,
think he
look.
left maybe last year.
But you know what?
Yeah.
Shout out to Jared
Yeah.
Linet, and
Yeah.
I hope you still kept up your VIT registration. Good boy. You got anything for us this week for the Zebs?
They're playing on Sunday,
Sweet. Okay.
so they didn't play last week. It was a bye. I don't know why you have 2 byes in the space of 4 weeks, but anyways,
That's very odd.
Love that for them.
they're playing this week at Trevor Barker on Sunday.
Nice.
So if anyone wants to turn up,
Get on down.
I rate it. I think tickets $10.
Who do we play?
Good question.
Okay.
It's a surprise at the time.
Doesn't matter. Disrespect
Just
the
rock up.
opposition, but
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
You know,
Yeah,
we're
we've
here for the
already won.
vibes.
Have you got something for us instead of Sandy rap this week?
Yes. This is a new segment I have created while driving home today. It's called Soz About It.
Hang on. No, we need something different. No, we need something different.
Soz About
I've
It.
trademarked it. Trademark that.
I've forgotten the name. Soz About It. The rules of what not to do when going to an AFL game.
Oh, I love it. Yeah.
This week's
what not to
topic
do.
is leaving the game early.
Uh-huh.
Don't look at me.
How very dare you? On this, because I left early. Look, the scapegoat was our baby. I was like, let's
Yeah.
go home to the baby. Wife's got to work tomorrow, but I was like, let's go. The sheer amount of people leaving the match at 3/4 time, they even spoke about it on the radio. Like they made a point saying this joint has emptied out. It looked like the game had literally finished.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also on that note though, 25,000 people, piss poor.
Yeah.
Thursday night footy, piss
Yeah.
poor.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
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 Cheers. But to come full
To my
circle.
topic, let me go for my speak.
Yes, please.
I believe, it's like cat goes back, except it's me talking about the rules of footy. You should never leave a game early,
I do agree with that.
Sorry.
but there are exceptions, and I feel like the exceptions are if it's a Thursday night, if you have to work the next day, that's okay. If your team's losing by 60 points, that's okay.
Tick, tick, tick. So what you're saying is, Soz, you stayed till the end?
No, I left at 3/4 time too.
Do you know what? I agree. I just think I've never been an early leaver. I swear I haven't. But there's the writings on the wall. Like with something like that, it's like, nah, you got to go.
If it was a Sunday 4:40, I'd be there to the end.
Yeah,
You've been
and I
waiting around for
both.
kick to kick.
We hit
If
up
it was
on
a
28 after, regardless of the
Saturday night,
result.
I would stay and go to platform. But Thursday night, well, like,
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
sad, isn't it?
I have to go to work. I'm tired. I'm just going to,
I mean, despite
Get the
work, I
early
had
train.
to drink myself silly to get through the 3
Oh,
quarters.
God.
I love that for you. And you're still left early.
And I still left early.
Yeah, look, I like that as a question, a yes or no. I'm a yes, always stay with an asterisk when there are extenuating circumstances.
But if
Conditions
your team's
apply.
down by like a goal and it's halfway through the fourth, just stick it out.
Oh,
like,
yeah, no,
surely.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
with you
yeah.
on that.
There-
Yeah.
You know, it's a growing experience to see another team win. You just embrace it and then you go into the next week.
Except for
you
the
hack
three of
it
us
out.
that left early. But yeah, no, you're right. I get it.
Well, if the players weren't going to play, then why would I watch them play?
In fairness, the players looked like they left at quarter time. So,
Yeah,
you
so-
know, we technically
didn't show
outstayed
up.
them. Yeah. Well, look, I mean, we can look forward now. We leave last week behind us. Hopefully they will too. Hopefully a lot of very honest conversations happening down at Moorabbin this week.
Yeah.
Yep.
Friday night footy is an away match, of course. If you're interested in watching the match with a whole bunch of other like-minded, sad St Kilda people, Bentley Social is not happening this week. Okay? The Bowls Club. St Kilda Sports Club. Thank you. I just said bowls because I like bowls. But the St Kilda Sports Club is happening this week.
BYO bowls, if you like.
6 till 1, Marshy.
One. Wow.
Hello.
Oh,
hell yeah.
I'm
Hell
there with
yeah.
bells on.
Love it. So if you're keen to get down to watch the match with some Sainers, get on down to the St Kilda Sports Club. There'll be a whole Sainted Love crew that'll be down there ready to party till
And a
1.
barbecue.
Barbecue, pizzas,
Pizzas, pies.
drinks at excellent prices. Get on down, show some love to the Sainted Love crew, but also for your fellow Sainer. Thanks, girls.
Thank you.
Thank you,
That was an
guys.
interesting.
No, it was good. I feel better. You feel better?
Yeah, no, I do feel better.
Very cathartic indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see what faces us in Adelaide on
Yeah.
I
Friday.
hope
Hopefully
we
we
play
guys
Ari.
tune in.
That's what I'm voting for now. Play Ari.
Play
That's-
Ari
You know,
over Dukes.
Watch
No,
it.
just with- Burns out.
You've had
Ari
enough
in.
of Burns.
Yeah.
We started off like, being so positive, like loving everyone, and look at what
And come
1
back
week
just to
does
be like-
to us.
Soccer, dead. Burns, dead.
You're all
Lay
out.
some tackles.
Ari in. Let's see
Ari
some
in.
change.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's see how we go. But we'll see you next week.
Thank you for tuning in, everybody.
Absolutely. And well done, Darcy Wilson, your rising star performance. Well done.
Yes.
Well done,
There
Darcy.
he is.
There we go. It's not
Oh,
all
so
sad
cute.
down here at Red,
Yeah.
White and Black Chat. All right. See you next week, guys.
Bye.
Bye.